Imagine waking up to a world where every dollar you spend costs more than it should, where small setbacks turn into life-altering crises and opportunities slip through your fingers because they're too expensive. This isn't a dystopian story. It's the harsh reality of poverty today. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden costs of being poor and reveal how poverty quietly keeps people trapped. Stay tuned, because what you'll learn might just shock you. Let's dive right in. Number 1. What are the hidden costs of poverty? Being poor isn't just about earning less. It's about spending more to meet basic needs. For example, those living paycheck to paycheck often pay higher prices for daily essentials. Buying in smaller quantities might seem cheaper up front, but costs more over time. Financial emergencies force many into high-interest loans or payday lending traps, making their situation worse. There's also the burden of late fees for missed payments, which adds to the overall cost of living. These hidden expenses go unnoticed by outsiders, but weigh heavily on the poor. The cycle of higher expenses and limited income is a silent struggle that keeps people trapped in financial hardship. Number 2. The cost of housing. Housing is one of the largest expenses for low-income families. Renting may seem manageable, but it often costs more over time without building equity. Frequent rent increases make budgeting difficult, and moving costs add an extra burden. Low-income housing options can come with poor conditions, leading to higher maintenance or health costs. Home ownership feels out of reach due to large down payments and strict loan requirements. Additionally, location plays a role. Affordable housing is often far from workplaces, increasing transportation costs. The housing crisis keeps many trapped in a cycle of paying more for less, making financial stability seem impossible. Number 3. Food. The high price of eating cheap. For low-income families, food choices are often limited. While fast food and processed meals may seem cheaper, they come with long-term health costs. Poor nutrition can lead to chronic diseases like diabetes and heart problems, resulting in expensive medical bills. Many low-income areas are food deserts, lacking affordable fresh food options. Families may rely on convenience stores, which often have higher prices for lower-quality goods. Bulk buying, which saves money for wealthier families, isn't an option for those with tight budgets, leaving them paying more for less nutritious food. Number 4. Healthcare. A crisis in waiting. Healthcare is a major burden for low-income families. Many cannot afford regular checkups, leading to untreated health issues that escalate into expensive emergencies. Even with insurance, high deductibles, co-pays, and medication costs often make care inaccessible. For the uninsured, emergency rooms become the only option, resulting in massive bills. Dental care, often neglected due to high costs, can lead to further health complications. The lack of preventative care and affordable services means that for many, health issues aren't just a personal struggle. They're a financial crisis waiting to happen. Number 5. Transportation troubles. Transportation is a costly necessity that disproportionately burdens low-income families. Public transit, often relied upon by those with limited means, can be unreliable and time-consuming. Lengthy commutes steal valuable hours from work or family time. Owning a car comes with its own struggles. Older, cheaper vehicles are more prone to breakdowns and costly repairs. Car insurance rates are higher in low-income areas, adding another layer of expense for drivers. Without reliable transportation, job opportunities shrink, and access to essential services becomes more difficult. The lack of affordable, efficient transit systems creates a vicious cycle, making it harder for people in poverty to escape their financial struggles. Number 6. Education. The steep price of climbing out. Education is often seen as the path out of poverty, but for low-income families, it comes with a steep price. College tuition and related costs like textbooks and supplies are unaffordable for many, forcing students to take on significant debt. Public schools in low-income areas are often underfunded, lacking resources, experienced teachers, and extracurricular opportunities. This leaves children at a disadvantage compared to their wealthier peers. Without access to quality education, breaking the cycle of poverty becomes even harder. For many, the dream of higher education remains just that, a dream unattainable due to financial barriers. Number 7. Mental health. The invisible burden. The emotional toll of poverty is a hidden cost often overlooked. Constantly worrying about rent, bills, and daily survival leads to chronic stress, anxiety, and depression. Financial insecurity creates feelings of hopelessness, impacting work performance and personal relationships. For many, mental health care is out of reach due to high costs or lack of access. The stigma around seeking help in low-income communities only worsens the situation. Children in struggling households also bear the weight, often growing up in environments of tension and uncertainty. This invisible burden takes a toll on physical health too, as stress-related illnesses are more common among the poor. Poverty impacts far more than just the wallet. Number 8. Why saving is harder than it sounds. Saving money seems like the obvious solution to financial insecurity, but for those in poverty, it's nearly impossible. Living paycheck to paycheck means every dollar is spent on immediate needs like food, rent, or utilities. Unexpected expenses like medical bills or car repairs wipe out any small savings, forcing families to start over. High fees for banking services or minimum balance requirements often push low-income individuals toward expensive check-cashing services. Without savings, people can't take advantage of opportunities, like investing in education or starting a small business. The inability to save creates a cycle of dependency, leaving those in poverty vulnerable to even minor financial setbacks. Number 9. The generational trap. Poverty doesn't just affect one individual, it often impacts entire generations. Children born into low-income families face limited opportunities from the start, attending underfunded schools with fewer resources and extracurricular options. These disadvantages follow them into adulthood, where they struggle to compete with peers from wealthier backgrounds. Financial insecurity in childhood also affects long-term mental health, self-esteem, and aspirations. Parents with limited means can't provide the same support for college or career advancement, perpetuating the cycle. The lack of intergenerational wealth transfer, a safety net available to many middle-class families, keeps the poor trapped. Breaking out of generational poverty is one of the most challenging battles a family can face. Number 10. Systemic issues. A bigger picture. Poverty isn't just about individual choices. It's rooted in systemic issues that are hard to escape. Policies that underfund education, restrict affordable housing, or maintain wage gaps create barriers for low-income families. Social safety nets like food stamps or welfare programs often come with restrictions that unintentionally discourage upward mobility. For example, earning slightly more income can sometimes disqualify families from essential aid, creating a poverty cliff effect. Discrimination in hiring, lending, and housing further limits opportunities. These systemic issues make it nearly impossible for many to break free from poverty, highlighting the need for broader societal changes to address inequality and provide real pathways to upward mobility. Number 11. What can be done? Addressing the hidden costs of poverty requires both personal action and systemic change. Advocating for policies like affordable housing, fair wages, and accessible health care can make a significant difference. Supporting local organizations that fight poverty, like food banks and education programs, helps provide immediate relief to struggling families. On a personal level, showing empathy and understanding toward those in need creates a more compassionate society. Teaching financial literacy in schools and communities can empower individuals to make informed decisions. Change won't happen overnight, but by working together, we can create a world where fewer people are trapped by the hidden costs of being poor. Poverty isn't just about a lack of money. It's a cycle of hidden costs that keep millions trapped. By understanding and addressing these challenges, we can push for a fairer system where everyone has a chance to thrive. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and stay informed.